Useless skills again. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. I made a long ass video about Nintendo and well, Xbox really. But now we're gonna take Nintendo down a peg. So a little while ago, Mortal Kombat 1 came out, right? I've been enjoying it. It's been alright. Mortal Kombat 1 was supposed to come out on PlayStation and Xbox, and to everyone's surprise, Nintendo at the same time. So now, what has been the release like for most games? It usually releases on PlayStation and Xbox, most third-party games, right? And then, a little while later, it releases on the Nintendo Switch. Why? Why is that? Why is the games usually ready on day one for PlayStation and Xbox, and sometimes not even, and then a little while later on Nintendo? Well, Nintendo's still running a but, well, let's just say it's an old system that has some old tech. And the tech that it has is comparable to... it's comparable to like a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One when you're playing like a Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, when you're playing like a Super Smash Bros, like a Mario or Nintendo title, let's put it that way. But when it's a third-party title like NBA 2K or Mortal Kombat 11, right before this one, they're not good. And it's because, the components, the things that are in the Switch to make it be able to be handheld are not good enough to, run these games at the capacity they're supposed to be run, right? So these massive machines like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X obviously have things in them that enable them to make the graphics and everything look as good as like you're gaming on a PC, let's say, right? So when games come out, they have to, tweak and find and prod and edit and let's say edit is a good word. They have to edit it for the Switch, right? So that the fidelity and the graphics and the things are somewhat okay playing on the Switch. So that didn't happen this time around. So the Mortal Kombat 1 game that, again, has come out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is now on the Switch at the same time as all the other, it came out at the same time. And that's not even the biggest issue, to be honest. Well, it's a pretty big issue because obviously, as you can read right here, Mortal Kombat 1 is nearly unplayable on the Switch. And this person says, Mortal Kombat 1 is currently a very disappointing release, which fails to compare to the relative smoothness of Mortal Kombat 11, which is funny because initially Mortal Kombat 11 was not relatively smooth on the Switch. They had to basically, again, edit it, tweak it to make it run smooth on the Switch. Anyway, when comparing Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 11, the concern arises from the game's apparent lack of pre-made graphics. Even the main menu background doesn't seem to be pre-made, highlighting that this is essentially a port which isn't ideal for a Switch release. So, what is, and then obviously the biggest, which I feel is the biggest issue with this, what does that mean? Everything the guy just said, right? So, all of the things that go into a video game, right, to create it for a console is specific. So everything's specific to a PlayStation 5 console, everything's specific to an Xbox Series X console, an Xbox Series S console even, just because there's different levels of what they can handle, each console, correct? So it's a lot easier, Mortal Kombat 1 but from the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, because they're more or less comparable devices. They're using more or less the same kind of equipment and or comparable, like the power is more or less the same. Xbox Series S, a little bit less power, so again, it's a little bit different, but not that much, not that big of a difference from the Xbox Series S, just slight difference. Again, for certain games, it's a huge difference. For certain games, it's not that big of a difference. For the Switch, they're on a different level, right? Again, when it comes to these third-party titles. So what happens is the creators of these games, like the studios that created Mortal Kombat 1, were supposed to make a different version for the Switch. That would come out at the same time as all the other versions that they made for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, correct? what happened was they basically made the versions for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox probably, and just brought down all the settings to like 0, and then we're like, this is the Switch version. You understand what I'm saying? So that's basically what happened. And that's not good. So for a game to be on the Switch like Doom or even Mortal Kombat 11, they created specific, like the studios, the creators of the games, created specific things to be run on the Switch so that it looks comparable, like okay, compared to, somebody playing it on the PlayStation, right? On Mortal Kombat 11. Now, Mortal Kombat 1, they didn't do any of that work. They were just released it and were like, good luck to you. And on top of that, they charged the same price as all the other. So for PlayStation 5, it's $70. For Xbox Series X, it's $70. For Nintendo Switch, we were getting, again, as this guy said, a nearly unplayable experience, $70, right? $90, I guess, Canadian. Is this Canadian? So yeah, the game, given the game's relatively high price of $70 US, because I'm in the US, I was hoping that these issues would get addressed, especially since the game hasn't been widely released to most players yet. Issues I found after a couple hours of gameplay. Characters' fabric hair gets stuck in one area and stretches across the screen when you move away. The graphics can significantly deteriorate compared to Mortal Kombat 11, especially in terms of lag. There's a noticeable delay when trying to pause the game during combat. So you imagine you're about to get your ass kicked, right? And you're like, let me pause so I can remember how to, block or how to whatever. And the pause lags. Like you can't even pause the game in time for you not to get murdered. Anyway, in a fighting game. Anyway, navigating menus with character profiles is plagued by lag, often taking multiple seconds to switch between characters. This is not notable in shops that load character models when you access their profiles. The fifth tutorial in positioning is impossible to complete due to a lag or a weird bug. There may be more problems, but I haven't gotten to play the story yet. So, here you go. So yeah, IGN put basically a gameplay of the Switch, if you will, which we're just gonna watch. We're just gonna watch real quick. Look at these beautiful graphics. Oh yeah. Oh, take me back to 1999, baby. This is 2002 PlayStation 1/2 graphics, right? Maybe I'll give it PlayStation 2 graphics, because they're moving. They're not block shaped, This is bad. This is really, really bad. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the difference, obviously, because, Oh, right. Luckily, I have another video that shows you the difference. So this is this guy named Simply Pops, right? You guys can go check out his YouTube channel. This is running on the PlayStation 5. This is the Nintendo Switch. Like, do you see do you see the leaves? Do you see the dragon? Like, the detail? Look at the smoke right here. Look at that. Look at that. Switch. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pause it. Hold on. Switch. Ah, fuck. Can't even pause. Oh, it's so good. So good. So good. This is, again, as you can see on the left, the reason that the left is, like, really blurry is because, again, they're just bringing down the graphics fidelity so that the Switch can handle the game running. And that's it. That's like what they did. That's the solution. Like, you can see the detail here, the shadows, the hair, you know what I mean? Compared to this blurry mess right here. You see all this shiny stuff. And again, their graphics are not super, amazing or anything like that. I'm not saying that they're like the graphics for the PlayStation 5 Mortal Kombat 1 are like incredible, because it's still Mortal Kombat, it's still a fighting game. But there's levels of detail here that are just not even like, what is this? Come on now. What is this? What is this? What is this? Look at the hair. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Look at the backgrounds. The backgrounds look like somebody drew them. Like somebody made them in Microsoft Paint. Look at, oh my God. Okay, hold on. I love, so this is PlayStation. This is PlayStation. Look at how beautiful. Look at how flames. Look at how flames look. Look at the Goro over here. Look at that. Look at that. Forearms. Yeah, all right. And then, hold on. Oh, I fucked up. And then look at that. Look at the flames. Look at her arms. Look at the masks, the hair. What is that? What is going on? PlayStation, Nintendo. Like, just look at the back. Not even the characters. The characters, yeah, of course, they're super flawed. But just the background of where you are. Not even Crash Bandicoot from PlayStation 1 looked this bad. Jesus Christ. So that's supposed to be an hourglass back there. I could definitely tell that. Here I can't tell that at all. I can tell that's what that was. Jesus Christ. Like, it's just night and day. Night and fucking day. Look at look at this. Look at this. This area right here where the sand is. Look at that. You see? And then look at the PS5. Look at that. That shit's moving, by the way, in the PlayStation, like when I play it. But look at that. It looks completely different. Completely different. Jesus. So, but again, you're paying the same price. That's the issue. You're paying the same price. Look at this. Look at this horrible. Why does his hand look like that? Ugh. But again, this is what it looks like when studios get lazy. You know what I mean? When they're allowed to get, because that's the other thing. If Nintendo was able to, before they were able to release, you know, they're able to submit this and be like, all right, this is the $70 version we want to. That's why I'm also knocking Nintendo. Like, I'm not only knocking the studio, like, yeah, fuck the studio that, you know, makes Mortal Kombat for allowing this to happen. But definitely 100% fuck Nintendo for allowing them to be able to do this. Because as soon as you see that this game looks like this on your console, like, this is, Jesus Christ. Like, this is the same console that runs Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You see how beautiful people say that game looks? Look at this garbage. God, like, you can't even read that. What is that? Well, I mean, not that I could read it before, but I'm just saying. Can't even try there. Jesus Christ. Just look, the fire. Like, there's just, you know, like the little details, sure, but even the big details, even the big things. Just complete night and day. Jesus Christ. Anyway, you guys can check out the whole video. I'm done with this rant. I just wanted you guys to know not to buy the Mortal Kombat game on the Switch until they actually fix a port for the Switch so that it looks somewhat comparable to what I'm looking at on the right here. It's just incredible. Yeah, that's all I had to rant about today. Hope you guys had fun. Let me know down below what you guys think. And this has been another useless skill.